everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to Tea Tuesday. I'm so glad you're joining me. We are going to chat about today how to give yourself grace. Watch and look at these pictures and tell me that I don't need some grace. Welcome back to Tea Tuesday. I've got my day off mug here with me. I'm going to put that aside, and we are going to chat on Tea Tuesday about how to give yourself grace. Did you check out my pictures? How many of you are going, what in the world is that disaster? So I have had to give myself grace. Number one is we had a huge hectic week last week. I was working 5 days in a row. I normally work 3, off 1, work 4, off 2, something along that line. But I worked 5 days in a row, which doesn't sound crazy, but for me, when I'm used to having time off in the middle, was crazy. And I would come home after work for about 30 minutes. We had to go out those 5 nights in a row. We were getting home at 9 o'clock at night having dinner. Another night was 8 o'clock. And the next 2 nights was 7 o'clock and then finally 6 o'clock. Having dinner because we were out and about so much. It was just life. It's just the way it is. We live a crazy busy life. We are involved in a lot of things and we don't mind it. I mean, that's just how our life rolls. And we're okay with it. We're involved in the things we want to be involved in and we enjoy it. Just sometimes everything sort of bunches up. In all of that, I had to get some food shopping done. We had some events at work where I was able to get meals for the family, so we brought those home. And someone gave us a meal, and I cooked some meals, and all of that got shoved into the refrigerator, as you saw. Then yesterday, I was off, and so my husband said to me last week, and when my husband speaks, I like to listen. And as most of you know, he has epilepsy, he's on full-time disability, and he's home 24/7. And Graham doesn't mind. He's pretty much a homebody, likes to be home, likes to tinker, likes projects and all of that. But every once in a while, it starts to get to him. And he said to me last week, I need to get out and I need to be with some people. Note to self, this lady needs to take care of her man. So I was off yesterday and he said to me the night before, how about if we go to lunch? No problem. So that's what we did. We went over and we hit lunch. We actually hit 2 thrift stores. We hit a super mega super center Walmart that's about 45 minutes from my house that I have heard about, never been to, went wild and crazy. And as you saw the packages on the table, yes, we picked up some items. There's items there from the thrift store. There's items from Walmart. There were items from Dollar General last week that I had to pick up, like boxes of tissue and a few things. All of that's on the table. And if any of you were neat fanatics and clean fanatics, don't come to my home. Plain and simple. I have learned to give myself grace. I am one person. I can only do what I can do. We are all given 24 hours in a day. We're all given 7 days a week. We're all given 60 minutes in an hour. How you spend your 60 minutes and how I spend my 60 minutes are different. I work full-time outside the home. I run a YouTube business. I run a business with my sisters, a small side business. I live life. I take care of my mom since my dad has passed away. We are involved in church, in ministry. I do a lot of speaking engagements at women's events and do devotions and things like that. I have a podcast. I'm actually starting a second podcast. And in addition to that, I have to cook and clean and live life and, dye the hair, put on the makeup, do the laundry and all the rest. And some days I just can't. Let me give you an example. How do I have to give myself grace? So yesterday we had a great day. Went to lunch. It was on the bay. Got to see seagulls and smell the bay air and, all these things that are to me nostalgic growing up in the area near the bay. Went shopping with the hubby. All the good things. Brought all the stuff in. Made a meal. It was all good. And all of a sudden, Graham bottomed out. Whoop. And had probably 3 or 4 auras, which are seizure related, in a row, which caused other problems. And he was down for the count, and he was standing up, leaning on our couch, wanting to go upstairs to our bedroom to lay down, but his legs were just kind of jiggly, and there's no way he could have made it up the stairs. So I got him on the couch, but I knew if I left the room, he would be overly sensitive to the noise of me leaving and want to sit up and, what are you doing? I'll help you. And he just likes to be part of the family. So I knew what I needed to do was sit in the room and do nothing. I had to just sit until he was slept out. 2 hours later, and I was sitting there going, I had a list. I had a list of all the things I wanted to do, and I broke down in chunks of time. I was going to do this for 30 minutes and get a load of wash on and do. My to-do list for 2 hours was wiped. By the time he woke up, it was 10 o'clock at night. It was too late to really start anything. He was in no shape to do anything. And really all I needed to do is get him up to bed, put on a show, relax in bed, watch a TV show or something like that, and allow his body to rest. Graham is someone that does not want to give in, and he does not want to give himself grace. But I had to say to myself, Lynn, give yourself grace. You have been working 5 days and going out every night taking care of life, taking care of your son and his activities, your husband's activities, your mom's activities, helping others. You went shopping. Your husband had several seizures. You know what? The bags can wait. The bags aren't going anywhere unless you all want to come over and clean my house. Oh yeah, that would be great. But the bags aren't going anywhere, and the food in the refrigerator is not going to pop out. It has to wait. There are times in life we all go through a rough spell. Whether it's for grief, there's an emotional bottom, you just kind of bottom out. You had a rough day at work, you have a rough day at home, you got a rough phone call, whatever the case might be. We all have moments in life that weigh us down. And they're different for every one of us. But I want to tell you today, you need to give yourself grace. That is something I am learning. I tell you, close to 60 years old, and you think I would get it. I don't get it. Most of the time. Last night, I hands up. I give up. I give up. I give up. I had to just say, for those 2 hours, there's nothing I can do. My husband needed me, and that's called ministry in our home, taking care of each other. My son was doing his thing. I was taking care of my husband. So what did I do? I sat on my phone and I answered questions and comments, which was great. Checked emails. These are some things I never have time for. And then I sat and watched 1 or 2 of my YouTube videos that I like to watch of people that I follow. And I gave myself grace. I woke up this morning and I gave myself some more grace because I was physically worn out from all that I did yesterday and taking care of my husband last night. So I slept in. I got up. I watched some YouTube again. Yeah, I'm being lazy here. I gave myself grace. I made a nice hot breakfast for us, had a cup of coffee. I got up. I took a shower, fixed the face, got dressed, took the dog to the groomer, and I'm making a video. So you're getting this live. This is real time here. This is real time. So I want to wish you a happy Tea Tuesday. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your hot chocolate, your hot water and lemon, whatever you want. Sit and allow yourself to have grace today. How do you give yourself grace? You just allow it. When you've hit a wall, you've got to say, I'm sorry, I give up. And allow yourself time to catch your breath. How do you give yourself that grace? It might be just literally having a cup of coffee for 5 minutes and taking a breath. It might be you need to take the day off. It might be you need to take half a day off. It might mean that you just watch I Love Lucy, something fun. I love Lucy. So maybe you just need to watch something that's fun and uplifting. Maybe you need to bake a cake. I know my grandmother-in-law, when she was down and she was frustrated and overwhelmed in life, she would bake. And that was sort of therapy for her. So maybe that's what you need to do. Yesterday, I also gave myself grace, and you'll see it at the end of the video. I went to Walmart and I spent some money. And I know I like to live a frugal life, but probably once every season, my husband and I will go out and we earn a little extra money and we allow ourselves grace to spend the money. I can't take the money with me wherever, to eternity. I pay my bills. I buy food. Family is well taken care of. I bought some clothing and necessities for the family, but I also bought myself a few frivolous things and allowed myself grace to buy those things that will add some joy to my life, and that is okay too. So today I want to encourage you to know that you are worth it, and you might need to give yourself grace, and don't worry about what other people think. Whatever they want to say, let them say it. I was honest with you and showed you my messy dining room table and my messy refrigerator because I had to give myself some grace. So with that being said, I'm rolling up my sleeves and I got to get over to that refrigerator, and it's time to reorganize, claim that back, find out what food is in there, figure out what I can make from it, and we'll catch you all on the next video.